Hello, we are happy to see you here on the Popcorn channel, and today here with me, Romy.
Hello.
And today we're traveling to
Japan.
Let's find the Japan on the globe.
Here is Japan. Right here.
Yeah, and as you see, it looks quite small, right?
Yes.
And
it is actually made up of 7,000 islands together.
right. And the population of Japan is
127 million people, which is 10th place in
the whole entire
world
right?
population.
Yeah, so looking at the area of the country and trying to think that it's 10th most populated place in the world, it's really amazing, right? Mm-hmm. And I also read that 3/4 of the Japanese area covered by forests and mountains, which leaves even less space for people, industry and farming, right?
Yeah.
And talking about mountains, do you know that there are a lot of volcanoes in Japan?
Yes, I've heard of that.
And the most known mountain in Japan is
Mount Fuji.
Right.
It is the most tallest mountain in Japan.
Yeah, and we have here the picture of Mountain Fuji, right?
Right here.
It's really beautiful, and it's actually been photographed by a lot of photographers. What else do you know about Japan?
Well, Japan is a leader in robotics in the whole entire world, and
right.
Some of its famous brands are Toyota and Honda.
And also Sony and Nintendo, right?
Yes.
And you know what excites me the most? I'm really big fan of history, and I know that the Japan still have the emperor. But the emperor, he doesn't really rule the country. He's the main symbol of the country. He represents the country, and as they say, he unites the people of Japan.
So he's kind of like the president of Japan.
But the president is also different. See, for example, in the United States, the president can make a lot of decisions, but the emperor of Japan, he's more like the symbol of the country. He doesn't really rule the country. By the way, about ruling the country, do you know who this guy is? Samurai.
Samurai.
Yeah. And the Japan was actually ruled by samurais for a really long time, until the last several hundreds of the years. And
I also know that in Japan there's different kinds of karates and kung fu.
The martial arts, right?
Yes, different kinds of martial arts.
Yeah, that's something we see in
Karate,
the
kung
movies
fu.
and do ourselves, right?
Yes.
And what we forgot about, it's the flag of Japan. Do you know? And this circle is not actually red; it should be crimson. Do you know why it has the crimson circle in the center of the flag?
No.
Because in Japanese, the name of the country is
Nihon or Nippon.
right, which translates into English as
Rising sun.
rising sun. So it's the country of rising sun, and this circle actually represents the rising sun. And of course, Japan is also really well known for its cuisine, and the most popular dish, which almost people from all over the world tried at least once, are sushis, right?
Yeah.
Do you like sushis?
Yes.
So nice, because today we are going to make sushis. Which are your favorites?
I like some with salmon, some with crab and eggs.
Okay.
And
Nice, because I have some salmon here and I have some imitation of crab here, so we can make some rolls out of both ingredients. And from imitation of crab, the most well-known type of the sushi roll is California sushi. But do you know that actually this one is not traditional Japanese dish?
Really?
Yeah, the California sushi were actually made for the United States by a well-known Japanese chef who really wanted to make his cuisine closer to the rest of the world, to the United States. So he came out with this recipe, which has more the ingredients which are more familiar to the common people. And now the California sushis became really popular. So we'll make the California rolls and we'll make the salmon sushi. Let's put our papers aside and see what we have here. We have the imitation of crab, as I already told, the raw salmon. If you're making sushis from raw fish, you need to be really careful. I mean, it should be made out of raw fish, but when you buy the fish, it should be from the place you can trust. It should be sushi grade, so you make sure there is no parasites or something else in the fish. Okay. And we have avocado and the cucumber and a little bit of water, which we're gonna need when we start making our rolls. And the sushi nori. Those are sheets made out
Of seaweed.
of the seaweed, right? And the soy sauce and the mirin. It's Japanese sweet sake or wine sauce, which is good to add to the sushi rice. Okay, what we miss? Do you know what we miss?
Rice.
Right, we miss the rice, because actually the sushi, if you translate it into English, the sushi means rice, so we really need the rice. I got the rice already prepared. Let me take it out of the refrigerator and I will tell you in a couple of words how to prepare the rice if you're going to make it by yourself. Okay, here is our rice all ready to go. If you want to make the rice by your own, I mean, you'll need to make rice by your own. If you're going to prepare sushis or sushi rolls, what you need to do, you first of all get the sushi rice. You can buy it in most of the Asian stores. And you wash the rice really well with running water, and then you let it soak for 20 minutes covered in water, and after 20 minutes you wash it again and you cover it with water and boil it until it's done, around 10 minutes. When it's nice and cooked, you add the mirin, and I used to add a little bit of sugar, but this mirin is turned out to be really sweet, so I just added the mirin. Now we're all set, and let's start doing our rolls. Let's cut our veggies and let's cut our fish. And because I don't want to cut fish and veggies on the one cutting board, let's decide who is cutting the veggies and who is cutting the fish. What do you prefer to cut?
What do you think? I'm fine with both.
I can handle the fish since I'm wearing the gloves, and you go ahead and cut the cucumber.
Okay.
I will just go ahead and show you how I want it to be cut, and you can go ahead and cut it. I guess we should be good with piece like that. So what you do, you take it and you cut it like a straw. Okay, like this one here. So it should be in pieces like that, which are easy to use for preparing rolls. And for the avocado, we cut it in half. We take the
spoon and we
and cut it in the straws, more or less like that.
Okay.
And I go ahead. Have you ever been to Japan?
No, I've been to Israel, but not to Japan.
Cool. I really want to go to Japan, and I would be happy to go to Israel. I've never been to Israel either. Actually, I'm kind of dreaming about going to Japan, and I was dreaming about doing it this autumn, because
Are you gonna go?
I'm not sure yet, but I would love to go. I'm done with the fish. Do you want me to help you with? Actually, I believe it's just enough. You can go ahead and cut the avocado.
Okay.
Just leave the cucumber here, and I can throw this one. Okay, should be done. Go ahead and give it a try. Perfect. You know what? I remembered one more fact. So we all done with our veggies, and let's set it aside. And I have here the bamboo mat, which will help us to roll the sushi. By the way, I'm never ever using it when I'm doing sushi by myself. I'm just using my hands. But today, I decided to go ahead and try the bamboo mat. So what we need the nori. We put it here. We take our rice, and we need the water in the bowl so the rice do not stick to the spoon. And for the California roll is has the rice not in the roll but out of the roll, so we will put the rice and we will flip it. Now we need a piece of plastic wrap. Okay, I'm going to flip it over and put the cucumber, the avocado. By the way, I know that you're not a big fan of avocado, right?
Yes.
So you just go ahead and use only cucumbers instead.
Okay.
And I will put avocado on mine, so you don't need to suffer. Okay. So now I'm going to. I put it on one side of the nori, so it's easier to roll it. Okay. I really feel it's much more hassle with this bamboo mat. We're all done with our rolls. We did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to consider the sushi place, right? So let's clean up, let's cover the table, and let's try our sushis. Okay? So we're all set. We're ready to go. Are you looking forward to try our sushis?
Yes.
And let's start with soy sauce. I just bolted it. I need to open it. Nice. Do you want to do it yourself, or you want me to help you?
You can.
Okay.
Looks like the flag of Japan.
Yeah, it really looks like a flag of Japan. Cool. I will go thank you for watching us here on the Popcorn channel. Go ahead, subscribe, like and share, and make your very own sushis. We hope to see you soon. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.
Bye.